everybody, this is Bonnie, and I'm going to show you how I made this little magnetized message board. So let's get started. You choose to have it. I liked it big, a little bit bigger, so I went with an 8 by 10. So that was the size I went, and I also cut my paper 8 by 10, but after an afterthought, I should have cut this like 8 1/4 by 10 1/4 just to give a little hangover, and then you could have trimmed it down afterwards. But tacky glue tape, and I absolutely love this stuff, but it dries very quick. So what you want to do is you just want to rub it or squirt it all over the card or the piece of metal here, and then apply your paper. Kind of make sure it's even in all your corners, tops and bottoms. And then what I like to do, I know what I do with it, I'll take my brayer and I like to roll it out. Just roll it outward, and it's okay, you know, I have my mat underneath, baby wipe. And then you're going to take your sander, you know, a little rough there, and you're going to sand just like you would a card. You're just going to take it and you're just going to sand downward, you know, just like you would a card. And then on the back side where this, like the aluminum is, I sanded that right down. That little metal comes right off, and then it's smooth. You know, I don't want anybody to get hurt. And then I would sand all this down just like that. Now the glue is still a little wet here, so I've got another one here. And all I did was, because my paper wasn't down smarter, I just went ahead and I took this strip and I put it along the bottom and I glued it down, and I did the exact same thing that I did for gluing as I just showed you. And then here I just added a little piece of lace to give it a border separation, because I liked that on this one. I thought that would be pretty. Then I went ahead and I took my ruler and I laid it out along the top, and I marked at 7 inches and at 3 inches. And then I just measured to make sure that I was the same width from the top to the bottom here. Then I took my crocodile and I went in, and with the 3/16 punch, I just went in and I punched. And before I punched it, I put my finger over it and I punched it out. It prevented it from going flying anywhere. Then when I released it, I was able to tip it upside down. So that's how I did those two things. So now everything is nice and smooth. Now I want to give it a backing like I did on my other one. You could leave it just like that, but I wanted to give it a chipboard backing just to make it more sturdy and less flimsy. So I went ahead and I cut a piece of chipboard 8 1/2 by 10. And again, I'm just going to use this same glue, and I'm just going to apply the glue on here. And this glue is wonderful. Now with the chipboard, it did take a little bit longer for it to take, but it did take it. So, and then it's helping move your glue around and everything too. Okay. And then I kind of look at it from the other side. I see I got a little glue here, so I quickly want to get that off from there. It must be from moving it. I like to wipe up my spot a little bit too before I have any more. And see how it wants to separate? So then I just hold it. It won't, as long as you keep applying pressure there for a few minutes, it will take. It takes a little longer than the paper, like I said, but it does end up taking. You just kind of keep looking around at it, and keep squeezing it. I thought about what you could do is get those clips. I think they're like this. Yeah, you could use these clips. And then just go ahead and clip them on in the different spots and then just let it dry and dry. You don't have to let it sit and dry very long. I mean, it doesn't take very long. I just did that one tonight, so it doesn't take long at all for them to dry. So then just let it sit and dry. And then again, because I have the holes there, I'm going to go and I'm going to punch out the hole there. And I'm going to punch out a hole there. So it kind of looks like that. And then for all the corner edges, I have this how do they say it? Zitzer, I guess. It's meant for like metal and plastic and stuff. And that's how I'm going to cut my corners. I'm going to put it all in there. And I'm just going to apply pressure. And it's a lot of pressure. Now, I do remember that was a lot harder than my first one. I remember I cut the metal ones beforehand. I should have showed you that. I'll go back and bring this one over. Before I did that one, I did cut the metal ones first, like that. And then when I had to cut the next set, it was just the wooden ones. See, I try to get ahead of myself doing steps ahead and I get all confused. So that's how you do that. And kind of roll the roller back across this as it dries, because you see I got a few little bubbles in there. And I just want to help get all the air bubbles out and get it gone. So there, that looks better. But then, you know, you would proceed and do that all the way around all four corners. And then once it's done, you just add some ribbon in the top, like I did here on my first one. I just want, get that out of the way, just add some ribbon on the top and then create some type of magnet for your button. This, I did a tutorial on how to do this flower previously, so I just thought that it kind of went together, and I used the paper and the buttons that Stampin' Up! Sells, the Velcro buttons. I absolutely love them. Aren't they wonderful? So use that. And here I thought about taking, I have an idea, I just haven't made one yet, but Stampin' Up! Sells this punch with this bird, and I thought I would punch this bird out in the blue and try to maybe put a little nest underneath it or something, and then create, that's what I would create for the magnet for on this one. And then I just applied a magnet to the back of my button, and then it sticks right on there, and it's wonderful. I mean, it's just really great. It's really strong and sturdy, and then you have a little thing. I think these would be wonderful as gifts, birthday gifts. They'd be great on teenagers' doors, college dorm doors for people, for the colleges. You know, with Easter coming, you know, do a little basket, put one of these in there or something, or on your outside door for people to leave you a message if you're not home. I know my little girl likes to have things hanging on her door that says, you know, keep out, no boys allowed. She's at that little stage, my little Sarah. So I thought I would give her one of these, and she could hang this on her door, and she could write her little messages on it, or maybe I could leave her a little note when she's at school that she could come home and be all excited that she gets. So it's something a little more sturdier. And also I wanted to hide the aluminum, so if I did give this to a child, they weren't going to get hurt from it or cut from it, because it's pretty much sandwiched between that paper and that chipboard. So there you go, guys. Try it out.